Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T110E4. It's a Tier 10 American turreted tank destroyer, and it's located on the south spawn of Murovanka Encounter under the command of Awppenheimer. Game started. Now, 2 marks of excellence on the barrel. He's working on the 3rd, and it won't be long before he gets it, because if you've seen some of the previous battles that Awppenheimer's done in the T110E4, then you'd know that he loves this beast, and he certainly does very well in it. Well, the T110E4, it's got a 155mm gun, 750 alpha, and well, it takes a bit of a time to reload. If I remember correctly, it's around about 19 seconds or so, but I'll have to check that. We'll time it. Well, he's headed off as usual to the far west side of the battlefield, and I think he's going to find a set of bushes and try and use the ridgeline. Problem is, this tank only has 6 degrees of gun depression, which means that coming up over a ridgeline means you're going to expose that lower plate for a little while, and that means you're going to be vulnerable. Plus, of course, there's that huge blister of a turret on top of the cupola, rather on top of the turret, which is a weak spot, as are the sides and the rear. Okay. Well, the enemy's been found in the Magic Forest, and yep, it looks like we're going to take up a position in this bush. Enemy seen off in the distance, but nobody we can shoot at yet. In fact, this is the very same bush that he used the last time he played with the T110E4 on this very same map in the very same encounter type of battle. But on that occasion, I think a bigger force went into the Magic Forest. Well, we've got a Panzer 7 going into the to the cap area, and he's being joined by a T-54 lightweight, who pops up the other side just to see. And oh no, we've spotted a 705A, and a massive hit goes into him for 877. He's not going to be very happy about that. And there's another 705 down there as well. Okay, there's the 705A, takes a round, and it's an average roll, 751. There's a T95. Ooh, now this is rather juicy, because there's going to be a huge amount of hit points that that Awppenheimer can collect off this lot. T95 first, I think. Oh! Now, what happened to that shell? Did it hit the T95? I think he's conscious that there's a Sheridan coming up behind him, and that Sheridan's going after the 416 and possibly the Conqueror gun carriage, but he's been killed, and that was a tracking shot on the T95. It seems the enemy are being a little more aggressive in this game, not quite like the last one. No, he's not prepared to fire then. I don't think he was quite certain. The T95 looks an inviting target, but you can see that it changed orientation over that direction. Oh, that was a perfect target to shoot at, but that Centurion 5-1 was taken out. Now, which target? He's got to pick the target carefully. That'll do nicely. Yep, T28 prototype. Doesn't have that good in the way of armor, so yep, that was a good selection. He picked the right target. I get the feeling the reload time is about 12 to 15 seconds, not as much as I thought it was. We haven't got a timer on it here, but I think it's around about that level. He can possibly get one into the T95 now, but he's holding back. Now, 705, that was tracked. Now he can get it. Yes, and he does. He's now up to just under 3k of damage already. Battle's only been going for just under 5 minutes. Now, this turret will only turn 90 degrees to the left and 90 degrees to the right, but there's a T-54E1, and I don't know where that shell went, but he was spotted, so he's going to have to pull back from this position now. Otherwise, he's going to start receiving rounds from the enemy, and he needs to get rid of that T-54 more than anything. And he does. He didn't want that tank coming up behind him, shooting him into his side or his rear, because that's weak spots on a T110E4. Okay, he's got the lower plate potentially on that T95, but instead he's going to go for this one, which I think is a 705. Yep. 894, that's a high roll. He's got a T34 for company as well, which is quite useful. Okay, T95, he can put one into the lower plate. He angles again, but this time round it doesn't prevent him from being damaged. And that's a reasonable round, but he needs to get rid of this IS-3 again to prevent him being shot in the sides and the rear. And that IS-3 is behind a house, which makes it a bit awkward. He's got no shot at the moment. Now he has, only for a brief second. If he keeps backing up... Yes, he gets it! Amazing shot from that angle. Now, they've got a 2-tank advantage on the enemy. So I have the feeling that Awppenheimer is now going to press this. The unfortunate thing is he's got that bat chat to deal with as well. And, of course, he's got a magazine full of shells. And whilst Awppenheimer will have to wait for the reload to go through. And there is a Conway behind those set of wrecks. Now, he'll have to fire 2 shots to do it, but he fires 1 in. Gets a nice solid hit. He's a 1-shot now. Definitely a 1-shot. No doubt about it. But there's that T-32 off in the distance. Now the Conway is an easy 1-shot now. Yep, he's gone. And that's the 3rd kill. And there's only 2 enemies left. A T-32 and an SPG. And yes, T-32 wasn't much meat for a 155mm gun. So, only got to find the remaining Arty, which is an Object 261. This is a tier 10 game on 357, so yep, it would be that the Arty on the enemy team is the last one alive. And he's been spotted. There he is. Now, can we get a shot? Stopped, auto-aimed, and yes! Satisfying to get that kill. And that wins the game. Over 7k recorded. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats and see exactly how much he got. Well, it was a first class tanker for Awppenheimer in the T110E4. He got a fighter badge, a fire for effect and a bruiser out of the minor medals. But he did get an epic medal. He got the High Calibre. He got the most damage in that battle overall. And the win rate for that game was 8,041. Let's have a look at team score. 7,010 hit points of damage he recorded during that game, picking up the High Calibre. The Panzer 7 managed to get 3291. He picked up a steel wall, and the Conqueror gun carriage 2,801 on his team, and he got a Confederate. On the enemy team, their high score was their T110E4 with 3,337. Their 261 managed a defender, and their T95 managed a cool-headed for receiving repeated rounds which didn't penetrate. When it came to kills, Awppenheimer got the highest amount. He got 5. The next high score was Carnarvon with 3. And when it came to base XP, it was that Carnarvon. He managed to get 1,064 base experience points. The Object 416 got 1,032, and Awppenheimer managed 998. He fired 16 rounds in that game, got 13 direct hits and 12 penetrations, damage of 7,010 hit points, of which 2,551 were up more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits from the enemy, both of them were non-penetrations, and he blocked damage in total of 640 hit points. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 5 of them, and managed to get 90 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he actually, well, this is odd. I think the results here are actually showing erroneous readings. I think actually this is due to 1.5. What we're actually showing is 46,157 credits earned, 65,000 credits for the ammunition resupply, and 19,000 credits overall. Well, I think this is the correct reading, because not this one. He picked up 2 bonds for getting the High Calibre at tier 10, and he also earned, I think this is 998 XP with no multipliers, and that's all he took away. Yes, so it's a bit unfortunate we're not getting the correct results here on this side of the scoreboard. But anyway, it was a very nice result for the T110E4 and for Awppenheimer. So I think I do have one more replay with Awppenheimer in the T110E4 to put onto video. And I'll look forward to seeing how he gets on in that battle. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.